concept of Jesus wanting us to be wealthy is often met with skepticism and controversy. Many people believe that wealth and Christianity are mutually exclusive, and that Jesus' teachings emphasize the importance of poverty and humility. However, a closer examination of the Bible reveals that Jesus' teachings on wealth are more nuanced and multifaceted. In fact, Jesus wants us to be wealthy, but not in the way that most people think. Firstly, it's essential to understand that the Bible defines wealth differently than the world does. While the world views wealth as an accumulation of riches and material possessions, the Bible sees wealth as a state of being rich in faith, spirit, and relationship with God. Jesus teaches that true wealth is not measured by our bank accounts or possessions, but by our love, joy, peace, and contentment. In the parable of the rich fool, Jesus warns against storing up treasures on earth, but encourages us to store up treasures in heaven. Luke 12:30-21. This means that Jesus wants us to be wealthy in the things that truly matter, such as our relationships, our character, and our faith. Secondly, Jesus' teachings on wealth are often centered around the concept of stewardship. Jesus teaches that we are not owners, but stewards of the resources that God has given us. As stewards, we are responsible for managing and using our resources in a way that honors God and benefits others. In the parable of the talents, Jesus teaches that we will be held accountable for how we use the resources that God has entrusted to us. Matthew 25:14-30. This means that Jesus wants us to be wealthy in the sense that we are good stewards of our resources, using them to make a positive impact on the world and to bring glory to God. Thirdly, Jesus' teachings on wealth are also centered around the concept of abundance. Jesus teaches that God is a God of abundance who wants us to have life and have it to the full. John 10:10. This means that Jesus wants us to experience abundance in all areas of our lives, including our finances, our relationships, and our spiritual lives. In the story of the loaves and fishes, Jesus feeds a crowd of thousands with just a few loaves of bread and some fish, demonstrating his power to provide abundantly. Matthew 14:13-21. This means that Jesus wants us to trust in his power to provide for us, and to experience the abundance that he has promised. Finally, Jesus' teachings on wealth are often centered around the concept of generosity. Jesus teaches that we are blessed to be a blessing, and that we should use our resources to bless others. Genesis 12:2. In the story of the widow's mite, Jesus praises a poor widow who gives generously to the temple, despite her limited resources. Mark 12:41-44. This means that Jesus wants us to be wealthy in the sense that we are generous, using our resources to make a positive impact on the world and to bring joy and blessing to others. In conclusion, Jesus wants us to be wealthy, but not in the way that most people think. He wants us to be wealthy in faith, spirit, and relationship with God. He wants us to be good stewards of our resources, using them to make a positive impact on the world and to bring glory to God. He wants us to experience abundance in all areas of our lives and to trust in his power to provide for us. And he wants us to be generous, using our resources to bless others and to bring joy and happiness to those around us. By understanding Jesus' teachings on wealth in this way, we can begin to experience the true wealth that he has promised and to live a life that is rich in faith, spirit, and relationship with God.